Have you ever wondered why the most brilliant stories were never told? Why the inventions that shaped the world were erased from classrooms and ignored by the media? Is it because Islam has no history, or because its history is too powerful to be remembered? What are we not being told, and why? Before we begin, let me ask you something. When you think of modern medicine, who comes to mind? Pasteur? Hippocrates? Maybe Fleming? But what if I told you that between these names lies an entire chapter of history, a golden chapter that the world rarely talks about? A chapter filled with hospitals more advanced than their European counterparts, surgical tools centuries ahead of their time, and medical knowledge so refined that it shaped the foundation of modern healthcare. Today, we are uncovering a forgotten legacy, the medical breakthroughs of the Islamic Golden Age. Imagine a world from the 8th to the 14th century where scholars from all backgrounds, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Persian, Arab, African, worked side by side in grand institutions of learning. A world where the pursuit of knowledge wasn't just encouraged, it was considered an act of worship. This was the Islamic Golden Age. During this era, while much of Europe was struggling through instability and limited scientific progress, cities like Baghdad, Cordoba, Cairo, and Damascus flourished. Libraries held hundreds of thousands of books. Scholars debated ideas openly. Medicine was practiced, tested, improved, and documented with a level of sophistication the world had never seen. Yet, despite their immense impact, many of these groundbreaking achievements remain overshadowed or omitted from mainstream historical narratives. Why? Because history is often shaped by the storytellers, and the storytellers didn't always come from the places where the discoveries were made. Today, we reclaim that story. Let's meet the giants whose shoulders modern medicine stands upon. First, Al-Razi, known in the West as Rhazes, a physician, chemist, and philosopher. He was among the first to use controlled clinical observation, carefully noting symptoms and outcomes. He wrote the monumental Al-Hawi, a medical encyclopedia so detailed that it remained a standard textbook in Europe for over 700 years. Hospital systems. Islamic civilization established some of the world's first true hospitals, by Maristans. These institutions were incredibly advanced for their time. They featured separate wards for different illnesses, teaching facilities, medical records, in-house pharmacies, trained staff, and free treatment for all patients. In fact, the structure of modern hospitals, wards, triage, medical schools, and even licensing traces back to these institutions. Pharmacy and pharmacology. Muslim physicians developed compound medicines, studied drug interactions, refined distillation methods, and transformed pharmacy into a respected scientific profession. The very word alchemy, and later chemistry, grew out of this era's experimental traditions. What made this medical revolution extraordinary was that it extended beyond treating individuals. Scholars emphasized hygiene, clean water systems, balanced diets, and sanitation. Many cities had advanced sewage systems, public baths, and regulated food markets. Long before modern medical ethics were formalized, Islamic physicians wrote detailed guidelines stressing compassion, confidentiality, and dedication to continuous learning. A doctor's character mattered just as much as their skill. Textbooks from the Islamic world were translated into Latin and used across Europe. Scholars from Western universities traveled to study in Muslim lands. This transfer of knowledge played a crucial role in sparking the European Renaissance. In other words, modern medicine is not a single inheritance. It is a shared legacy. So why does all of this matter today? Because these contributions directly shaped the medical world we live in. Because concepts from the Islamic Golden Age, evidence-based medicine, hospital systems, surgical tools, pharmacology, continue to influence clinical practice. And because acknowledging this history completes the global story of scientific progress. We don't highlight these achievements to replace anyone else's contributions, but to give credit where it was due long before the world was willing to listen. And if you're still watching till this moment, you're officially one of the few people who love knowledge enough to stay till the end, so make sure to subscribe. Trust me, more hidden chapters of history are waiting for you. As we conclude, I encourage you to explore deeper. Read these manuscripts, learn these names, and appreciate the interconnectedness of human knowledge. Sometimes the greatest innovations are the ones the world forgets to mention. But today you helped bring them back into the light.